Hello, I'm late for this promised detailed AWS CodeWhisperer demo video, but today we will prepare a Spring Boot application from scratch and we will containerize it. We will write the JUnit test cases, documentation. It will be an end-to-end app working. We will test it. Challenge is not to use any browser to search anything. Stick to the IntelliJ IDE and let's see if we are able to do it. And during this whole process, we will try to use AWS CodeWhisperer as a code assistant. We will use AWS QS chat. And let's figure out how easy it is to rely on this code assistant. Let's begin now. Let's create a new project. Okay, let's name it REST API demo. Okay, let's create as a Maven project. Click on create. Okay, so this basic Maven application is generated. If you want to see, I'll show you. We can execute this main and hello world is there. Okay, now I'll show you here that AWS plugin is already installed. You can see it here. Amazon Q as chat and CodeWhisperer. Now if you see here Amazon Q chat, you can ask the questions here. So this is a Maven application. If I show you the POM file, it is a very simple POM file. It has nothing to do with the Spring Boot right now. Now let's ask Amazon Q that help me convert this project into a Spring Boot application. Okay, I did a typing mistake, but let's see how it goes. Because I typed help. It's okay. I'll copy it and paste it again and fix the problem. And let's start. Okay. So what it is saying is to convert this project to a Spring Boot application, here are the steps. Add the Spring Boot starter into the pom.xml file. Okay. Add a Spring Boot application to your main application class. Okay. Create a REST controller class and define request handling mappings. Okay. So give me the changes needed in the pom.xml. It's a little slow, but it's okay. Okay. So it has given me the Spring Boot starter parent 2.75. Let's come here and this part. I'll insert it here. So it says, sorry, I cannot answer the question. Okay, let's ask it. Try it again, please. Okay, now let's see. Okay, so now let me try again the Spring Boot again. So now it has given me a dependency to add Spring Boot starter web. Okay, so let's comment it out, remove it completely. and here it's a dependency. Going to add, just go here. I need to add a dependencies tab and then insert here. Okay, okay. Dependencies is added. Add a Spring Boot application and do these changes. Annotate your main class. So our main class is here. Its name is main in our case. Let's try to annotate it like this. Spring application. I'm not getting anything. Let's do a Maven run. So it is saying could not find artifact Spring framework boot web on in central. Okay, so there is something wrong. Let's ask okay. Based on the error message, it looks like Maven is unable to find the startup boot. Thanks, Maven says. Okay. So internet seems to be fine. Let's go here. Let's see dependencies. It's not able to find it. Let's go back to the XML. Let's see if it's fine. Okay, okay. So maybe possibly we need to add a version here. Spring Boot, let's say let's try to do type 3. Okay, so it has given me 3.2.1. Okay, now it's not even appeared. Let's see what's going on. Okay, now it's found, I guess. Now if I go here, okay, that's perfect. From the Spring Boot application annotation, here's a queue and go back here. So it says add the Spring Boot annotation application and Spring application dot run demo application dot class and args. Okay, let's add this here. Spring application dot run. Our main class name is main itself. Main dot class dot args. So it seems to be fine. What else is needed? Okay, so it is asking to create a REST controller, which we can do later. Now let's try to build this project and see how it goes. Maven clean package links. Okay, with some warnings. Build is successful and we can see the artifacts here. Target REST API demos or not snapshot.0. Okay, let's start it as a Spring Boot application. It is still not running it as a Spring Boot application. Why? Okay, let's ask Amazon Q how to start this project as Spring Boot app. So we are intentionally doing a lot of mistakes just to see what it will do if a new person try to use it. Okay, based on the code sample, it looks like you have already done the initial setup to create a basic Spring Boot application. Everything's created as controller. Okay, it is asking me to do this, but okay, let's go back and check. Okay, let's do then what it is saying. It is asking us to create a this controller class. Okay, the suggestion it has already given me here. So let's try to create a demo controller. Let's copy this code here. No, Java class. Okay, let's try to see. Okay, so REST controllers are also present now. Now go back to the main class and main. See what it is. Started main. Okay, so a basic Spring Boot application is started. Now I need to curl or I need to hit this API. Hello API. How to curl a API from. By that time, let's try to open it. It is taking too much time to search, but it has given something. Let's see what it has given. Okay, it has given me the curl and then URL, and then it is trying to save the response in response.json, but we don't need it. Okay, so what we will do inside the terminal, we try to do curl http colon localhost 50 slash hello. Okay, so it means our Spring Boot application is up and we have received a hello world. It's perfectly fine. Now I'll try to write another endpoint, a little complex, and let's see if it will help me. So I'll write a comment here. Method to return system date time. Let's see how it responds. Okay, so I have got some suggestions. I can switch through the responses this way. So I just want system date time. So this date time makes better sense. Click on tab. Okay. Now it is asking me to. Okay. So it is giving me suggestion that the current date time is new Java util date time. Okay. What's the another suggestion? Okay. Now it is using local date time API. And with some minor changes. Maybe I I'll go with this one. Click on tab. It's done. And I can import this class. Now let me show you how the code look like. Let me refactor it a bit to make it easy. And this is a comment here. We don't need it. We can remove it. Okay. Now let's do a curl. See what happens. Okay. 404 not found. Yes, of course, because server is not restarted after creating this API. Let's ask Amazon Q that I do not want to restart my Spring Boot. Okay, my Spring Boot app again and again for the code changes to reflect. Is there a way to fix it? It takes some time. Okay, let's see what is this. What is this thing? There are a few different ways to reload changes in your Spring Boot. Use the Spring Boot dev tools. Okay. The Spring Boot DevTools dependency will trigger a hot reload when files or class path changes. Okay, for changes on classes, it has given okay, refresh scope. I'll not go into everything. To me, it sounds easy. The first one is, and logical also. So, uh, suggest the changes in form XML to integrate. I'm being too lazy and asking too silly questions, but give it a try. Okay. So that's how I can do it. Let me open the form file. My form file is here. The dependency I can insert here. And the good part here is that it has given a scope of okay, it means the runtime option is true. Let's see how it goes. Let me build the project. It is saying could not find the artifact Spring Boot. Okay. Again, the problem is version. We will fix it now using just this one. And let's say 3.2.1 videos. We will put this version and this version and same. No reason, just to see. Now I stop the application and I'll go back here. We will fix few more things inside the application. So here the same hello world two times. We'll see why. But for now, you can see the application is started. Now let's try to hit the API again. Okay, perfect. So this another API is also working fine. Maven clean package. Okay. So this jar is created. Now what we will do, we will try to start the Spring Boot application using this jar here. Just to be very sure that my jar is creating perfectly. I'll reach out to Amazon Q and I'll ask how to start a Spring Boot app using command line. Okay, Maven, Spring Boot, simple. Navigate to the project directory, terminal. This will start the embedded Tomcat. Okay, so using Maven also I can start. Let me copy it and let's test it. Okay, there is some problem. No plugin found for Spring Boot in the current project. Let's try another way. Java open jar target. Okay, it's simple. Let's go to the terminal and this target Java open jar. It is REST API demo jar. Java open jar. No main manifest. Let's ask what's going on. So I simply copy pasted the exception here. Try running with Maven Spring Boot run instead of the jar directly. So this has also not worked. Let me ask it if my POM is wrong. If the POM file is correct, is something missing in it? Ensure the Spring Boot startup parent and dependencies like web are included. Okay, so startup parent is not there. Let's open our form.xml here. So it do not have a Spring as parent. To fix my form.xml to have correct Spring parent. Okay, so it is asking me to use this. Parent is Spring Boot startup. Okay, since Spring Boot dot. Okay, so the parent is there, and what it is saying next is packaging jar Okay, let's say if I do not happens. Okay, so this time it is able to start. Let's check the terminal. Okay, okay, app is up. Now we will try to see if it works fine as a jar. Okay, so now it is still saying that Java-jar REST API demo. Probably because we might need to do a clean package. Okay, now we'll try to run the command. Okay, it's still saying unable to access jar file REST API demo. So shut down jar. Okay. No. Else it was saying Spring Boot start a parent here. The Spring Boot application adds a public static void main method tried instead of the jar directly. Let's do one thing. Let's go here. Let's try to see. Let's try to build it. And let's see if it. I'm just hoping that there should be icon here, like start it as a Spring application. Getting it. Let's try to do it. See. I'm just doing something to suggestion. Make main package private. C class. We should be able to. What? There is nothing here. How is it possible? Here from this. Must be a demonstration that jar is here. Yes. Java and some chat. Okay. This is strange. Still the same error. Let's try the thing first. Try to clean it and see if everything is cleaned. Then we'll give it a let's try. Okay, so target folder is gone. Let's verify again. Okay, everything's gone. Let's try to let's maybe clean. Let's try to install it. Okay, I should be able to see a jar here. Right? So let's do let's okay here. And let's open my terminal and check where I am. Okay, check where um, Java open jar. Let's take the okay, maybe something is missing. Now let's ask Amazon. I am not able to start it as a Spring Boot app from company. Let's see what it says. Ensure Spring Boot is confirmed to build an executable jar. Okay, so how to ensure this project builds an executable jar? Okay, it's saying it needs a Spring Boot Maven plugin. Okay, let's copy it. Let's go here. Again, version is not given, but let's give it a try. Okay, so here let's install this. Original artifact has been renamed to boot with repackaged, adding necessary dependencies. Okay, so now looks like it has made the executable jar. I'll try to run it. Able to access jar file. Okay, let's see what is the load from disk. Let's take the item of snapshot. This thing. Okay, since maybe I was inside the target, it was not able to clean it correctly. Let's try to clean package it again. Success. Perfect. So we are able to start our Spring Boot application from command line. I'll go to the terminal here. I'll try to do a curl http colon localhost activity date time. Yes, we can get the correct time just to be sure. This time is changing. Perfectly fine. Now, okay. So far, my experience is that even if we do a lot of mistakes here and there, it tries its best to help us. If we ask it the right question, it can give me the right answers. And another observation is, if you have worked on a technology long time back and if you understand, okay, what it provides, what it not, and if you are good in thinking that what are the features possibly the language might have or technology might have, and if you ask the questions to it, it can suggest. For example, I said I do not want to restart my application, and again it give me a suggestion of using dev tools. So it's good in that way. If you know something, it will actually help as you as an assistant. Now next step is, let's try to dockerize this application and see if I'm able to do it using just with the Amazon queue. Again, we will try to do a lot of mistakes and see how we can cope up with them. Let's begin then. Let's ask Amazon queue itself what to do. I want to containerize this application using Docker. Create a Docker file in the project root. It should define the base image, copy the app file, set the entry point, etc. Use the Spring Boot JDK base image from OpenJDK JRE's claim. And that is the okay. Copy the build jar file from target. Okay. It is. Can you please give me the complete Docker file? By that time, I'll create a file here. Name it as Docker file. And let's see what it has suggested. Uh, from OpenJDK, slim volume, temp copy. Okay, so things. But let's try to start. It has given me these links also, but I'll not open them. It should be. It is saying that it starts with from OpenJDK 17. Okay, let's try to do this from OpenJDK colon 17 JRE slim. Okay. Next step is to copy what? Target slash step API as app jar. Now it is suggesting me to expose the port 8080, and now since I need to execute a command to run it to start this, so it is suggesting me a entry point, and entry point says Java hyphen jar slash jar. Okay, so far it looks sufficient. Now let me try to do this. Build image on Docker. Let's see what I do. I need to start my Docker engine. Okay, Docker engine is up. Let's try to build image. Okay, so it is building an image with OpenJDK 17 JRE Slim. Build to deploy Docker file cannot be image ID from build system. Okay. I clicked something by mistake, I guess. Click not found. Okay, manifest for JDK 17 Slim. Okay. There is problem with this image. I'm using uh, JDK 21. So let's ask it for JDK 21 image. Suggest me open JDK 21 JRE. Okay, so it says within the domain of building. Let's see if it exists or not. I don't think so, but still, give it a try. Okay, cannot retrieve the image. Okay, what to do now? Oh, command to list down JDK 21 images. Okay, so we will not go on browser, instead we'll go on terminal and we'll open new terminal and we'll try to search for this image. Okay, so it has resulted in this response 0 star and go to JDK. JDK 16 should have officially this. Adopt to OpenJDK. Let's try to find it. Adopt to OpenJDK. Docker search. Paste. Adopt to. Okay, it's adopt OpenJDK. Docker search. Okay, so results are too many. 60. Here. Let's do JDK. something. Of course, it will list. Let's try to ask for it. 20 specific. Nothing. 17. Nothing. Okay. So it has OpenJDK 16. Okay, let's try to use this for now. We will find the right image, but let's move ahead with the 16 just to see. We have found. Okay, so instead of GRE, now we are going with okay, JDK. Okay, build image. No matching manifest for Linux. Let's try to do on the search. Docker search. Pretty good code. Let's try here. Okay. Oh, just by chance, I got it. It's not because of Amazon Q. And I'm not sure why it was not listing it. Let's me go back and try to test again. Search. Thinking that I will do that one image. Okay, so let's see. It is able to build an image. Let's try to build image and start also. We have not given any specific name to it. And let's see. So it just started. Now let me put this API 23, 21, clean just to be sure that it is an image running. So this is going stop it and then go to terminal just to be sure. Should not be done anything. But is it still returning something? Oh, maybe somewhere some Java processes running or let's see. This is something else. Let's let's see. Okay, it's running here. Let's stop it now. Let's turn this out. Let's see. Okay, now I cannot find anything. Okay, now I'll go back to the services and I think this was the image. Let's start it again. Now butterfly. Fail to connect to the local host port 8080. Okay, perfectly fine. So I'm not able to connect to it. Let's just stop it. Let's do start container, edit configuration, image tag, container name. I can give anything, modify options, imports. Let's try to bind the port. Container mode. Let's apply. Let's just start. Let's see what happens. It's still saying failed to connect AT&T after 0 milliseconds. But my Docker container is up and running. Get is started here. So I know the problem, but we will just go step by step and see how this tool can help me debug and find out the root cause. Okay, so what I'm thinking right now is let's just stop it. Okay, and out of frustration, let's try to delete containers just to be sure. Okay, this is I'll delete all the containers. Okay, so now there is no container. Okay, there are a lot of images. I'll clean all the images. Clear it all. Okay, so it's deleting all the images. Now what I'll do, I'll create a fresh Docker file. Let's see. Okay, bind ports are AT&T, container name is app. I can name it. Okay, I'm going to give a tag. Let's say 1.0 image tag. Before launch, I need to do one thing. Okay, I will put it. Let's just pulling the OpenJDK again. Now let me try to access it. Okay, wow. So maybe something else was messing up. Now I'll go back to the services. I will stop them. And now go back to the terminal. Okay, it's not working. Now I'll start it again. Started. I'll go back to the terminal. just to be sure. Okay, it's working fine. So it seems we have figured out how to make it work. Now let's do one more thing here. So now since Docker setup is done, what I want to do now, I want to introduce another method here. And what to do for that? Maybe I want to have a method to return OS details. Okay, so it is suggesting something. Okay, see what it is. OS.name. Okay, so I think it is sufficient for me now. And now, if I create a fresh image and let's see what happens. I go to the services. I will stop it. First, I'll start it as a Spring application and see how it goes. Or I'll try to rebuild the image and see how it goes first. Docker file. I'll add Docker file configuration. No, right. These 1.0 dot. And it's my let's run it. Let's see what happens. Okay. So container is started. Here. File. Now let me try to access OS. Nothing. Okay. Why OS is not present? Okay, so my image, what my Docker image is doing, it is just copying this jar to here. And that is the reason, because we have not run the Maven project again, we have not built it again. So this REST API demo class, this jar have old code, right? Let's try to do one thing. Just stop here. Okay. And let's do a Maven build and see what happens. Okay. Even a Spring Boot run. See if it will build or I guess it's compiling. Let's go to the terminal. Okay, so I can get the details. 406. Okay, and if I stop it now and create a fresh image of the application, edit configuration, let's create a image like this. Okay, now to the terminal. Still no. Why? Go to the services. Let's stop it. Let's create a container. Docker image container. My app 1.0 dot desert 2. Okay, still no. Okay, go back here and see what's going on here. Let's stop it. Let's pick this up. Or maybe we are creating the image wrong way. Okay, so let's do one thing. We will we are moving step by step. See, we are acting like as if we are a newbie. We don't have much understanding about the tools, so that's why we are trying to do a lot of mistake intentionally, of course. Okay, so as a newbie, try to move everything here, here. Let me try to delete these containers also. That's what we do. We don't understand anything. I try to do these deletions also. Delete all. The OpenJDK image can be there. Okay. Now see that. See that. We'll create a tab. Okay. Let's see. Still 404. Why? Well, let's stop it here and let's see inside if it is here. REST API again. Snapshot dot o. Let's try to start it as a Java app. CD target Java if Java REST API Java. So it has started. Now go to the terminal, the old terminal and curl. Okay. So maybe my this new jar itself do not have the code, right? So let's stop it here. Let it be this, and let's do. So what we did actually we did a boot run. Now we will do a even clean package. And now, okay, we will do the terminal here, and we will do Java if jar target API and okay, and this terminal we try to access /os. Okay, so basically we need to be careful in our regular development processes also, right? So it's not like that Amazon Q or Amazon CodeWhisperer is going to help you in every scenario. We need to use our common sense also. So in this small exercise, I just showed you that, okay, you need to understand the Maven concepts. You need to understand how Spring Boot works with Maven, all those stuff. So basically, Amazon Q or CodeWhisperer, they are not a magic pill or magic assistant. You just need to use your common sense, and sometimes you can ask the question, not sometimes, anytime you want, you can ask any question to Amazon and it will reply back, and you use your own intelligence, and then that's all. So instead of, so far we are able to manage to not to go to a browser, we are sticking inside the ID, right? Now let's move further. So now the next step is my ears are really fine. I'll stop it, and now I'll create a fresh build. build image for, okay, let's see how it goes. Okay, go back to the terminal. See, okay, so this is able to give me the response. Just to be sure, let me stop it, go back to the terminal. Okay, not accessible. Okay, but now the problem is every time first I need to build it and then I need to create a Docker image separately. It's a two-step process. How to fix it? Is there a way? Let's ask Amazon Q. So every time I need to compile the project and then create the fresh build. I want it to be done as a single step. Let's see what it says. Okay. Let's ask the question a bit differently. How to incorporate Java changes in, into Docker build without compiling project before image building. Okay, what's the wrong question? I was I wanted to build without compiling, but let's see what it says. To incorporate Java code changes into your Docker build process with automatic recompilation. Okay, something which I want. Multi-stage Docker file, perfect. Use a builder stage with your project directory as a context and install build tools like Maven. Okay, so it is saying multi-stage. It is asking me to have tools like Maven. It is asking me to set up the work directory to your project and run Maven package. Use a separate jar stage to build. Okay, so it has given me a suggestion. And what the suggestion is? Builder stage from Maven. Okay, so it want me to do this Maven build. And even with 3.8 OpenJDK 17 as builder, it is suggested. Vocab from builder. Okay. So it is copying my whole content directory. Then it is asking to package. Okay. So it is using JDK 17, but let's see how it goes. Let's copy this. Let's comment out this for a while. Put it here. Okay. Let's just give it a try how it goes. So it is doing a Maven build, and since okay, so it is downloading a lot of things because it do not have any artifacts inside that build, right? Let's see how much time it takes. It will take some time. And build is successful. Okay, so it has built the Maven project. Now it is trying to build another layer, the second layer. And since it is using JDK 17, so it is downloading JDK 17 now. Give it some time. Okay, So here it is crying. It cannot retrieve the image. Okay, it is not able to find the right image. What to do? What to do? What to do? How about seeing? Okay, it is particularly yes, limit was able to find. Let's see. Try to use OpenJDK. Yes, let's run the Docker file. Okay, it doesn't expose the port. Okay, first let it go. See, it goes. Again, it is trying to download it. Okay, so now it is moved a next step. It is not able to find app target my app.jar. Okay, of course it will not find it as my app.jar. It will be able to find it as REST API something something jar, right? So okay. Log directory slash from builder uh, target copy from builder slash app. It says star.jar. Okay, so copy it here and log directory moving package. So what I'm trying to think is that when this Maven package will run, it will try to create an image with this name, REST API something something like, right? And then it need to copy it here. So what I should do, I should call it as app.jar. So go inside app target, find any jar with any find a jar which is with any name and copy it as jar, and then I will execute the app.jar here. Let's build it again. Okay, so it looks like it has started it. A quick check. Go here, OS. Okay, see, this is the change. When it was running, okay. So now it is saying that it is running on Linux. And when I started it as a normal jar, it was giving me Mac OS X. So it is running inside a container for sure. The one thing which I can do just to be sure here that, okay, I'll stop it. I'll go to the terminal. I'll do this thing. Okay. Now, just for the quick verification, I'll start it again. I'll go back and I'm able to get it. Okay, perfectly fine. So there is one way to ensure that what we have done is working perfectly fine is stop this one, go back to the demo controller class, and now create a method to return what to return method to return Java version. Okay, perfect. So let's see. Let's pick up the suggestion quickly. And this is my Java code here. Now I will not build the Maven project. I'll simply go here. Okay, not here, to the Docker file, and I'll just build it again and let's see what happens. So this time I have not compiled my Spring project separately. I have done the changes and now I am building the image, and let's see, will my container have the changed code or not? Okay, it's just started. Okay, it is having OS and it was the okay, so it is able to tell me that okay, perfectly fine. Just to be sure that I'm not cheating when I say Java X, it didn't work. Perfectly fine. So it looks like my basic app is ready. We will need to do some cleanup and other stuff. Let's come back here to my demo controller class. And this class looks not so good. Let's try to make it better. Generate Java doc. Or okay, let's say generate Java doc. I'm waiting for it to give me some suggestions. No suggestion for hello method. Okay, so when I said hello method, it has given me some suggestion. Okay, so if I click on tab here, okay, it has given me the method also. I'll remove the method here, and it has given me a basic simple Java. Okay, hello world. Maybe now, so it likes looks like it can give me some basic Java doc. Let's ask here. Okay, it already suggested something. It's not very small. Yeah. Generate Java doc for the class. Is it taking time? What? Not sure. Nothing. No. For class demo controller. Okay. No, nothing. Maybe it's just taking some time or no, but it has not given any suggestion here. I'm saying it has not given suggestion. I mean, okay, let's ask it here. Java doc for it. Java version method. Okay, it has given some suggestions. Return the Java version. Okay, some additional comment which we can delete now. And let's try to do some basic public method. I'm just trying to see the more complex method to return the method to do sum. Okay, let's say it accepts none. Now I'll try to ask to generate the Java doc for this. Java doc for sum. Okay. Let's remove this part. Let's remove this part. Okay, but it was able to give me the parameter names like this. So okay, so when I'm writing a new piece of code, so at least it will give me something to start with how Java doc should be. It makes sense. Now the next question to Amazon Q is give me the JUnit for demo controller class. Let's see what it can give. Oh, it has given me something. Test, test some, test, demo controller test. Okay, okay. Perfectly fine. Now we have to create these test cases. Here, Java, new package, example, and here we can create a Java class, demo, controller, test. So classes I need to generate myself, but I can copy paste the code Amazon directly here. Okay, so now JUnit is not there. So I need to add JUnit to my POM. I can do it directly without help. Okay, so let's say let's write JUnit and see if it suggests. Okay, so this is not an Amazon Q suggestion, it's an IntelliJ ID suggestion 3.8.4. It's very old version. Let's ask it something better, maybe 4.13.2. Okay, let's go back here and JUnit 4 to class path. It's already there. Let's put the okay. So it has not given me all the test cases, but okay, it is able to give me 2 test cases. Controller, let's try to run these test cases and see how it works. Okay, so these test cases are working and they are tested as a control. So it has not given very complex test cases, but some basic test cases it is able to give. Okay, and if I ask it a bit more complex question, that how to test our REST controller. I mean, if there any complex thing I need to test inside a REST API exposed, let's see how it goes. Okay. So it says unit test the controller methods directly. This is the one way. Integration test the controller by making HTTP request. To validate the full request response, you can use line. So it is saying that I can use a Spring Test REST template to make the request and result responses. Okay. Contract test I can do. Then go to our test. Okay. Okay. So it is giving me better suggestions. Give me JUnit tests with approach following Spring Test REST template. So let's see what it do now. Okay, so it is demo controller test. Inside this class, let's do one thing. Let's create another class, demo controller test 2, for the backup. Now I'll copy this one, I'll go here, okay. Simply change it. Okay, so now let's see what are the problems here. Cannot resolve. Okay, the Spring Runner. Okay, so it is not able to resolve all this stuff. Now let's ask Amazon Q that I'm not able to resolve all the Um, let's first check if it has already suggested something. Okay, so, do I need to add something in form dependencies? Yes, of course, but let's ask Amazon Q. Okay, so it is saying you need to add a Spring Boot starter test. Okay, perfectly fine. Copy it. Go to the form here. Spring Boot starter test. And let's see if it works. Okay, so it is able to resolve a lot of things, but still it is not able to resolve local server port. Let's ask Amazon Q. Still not able to resolve. Spring Boot starter web is up there, right? Okay, so how is going to work test? Okay, so maybe something we need to change here. It is saying the package is changed, I guess. Okay, now let's look what's going on. Here it is imported and running perfectly fine. Okay, so now go back to the Amazon queue and it has given me the test. So let's put the test here. Okay, now assertions are missing. Okay, okay, fine. So now what will happen when I'll run this REST template.get for entities slash Java code. Okay, so now I am not calling the method directly. It is asking me to go through this server. So it will start a server inside local server. Let's see how it goes. Okay, perfectly fine. Okay, so in a way we can summarize that yes, if CodeWhisperer is used with Amazon Q effectively, it can help you build fast. It can improve your productivity. For small things, you need not to just memorize. You can ask Amazon Q. But the point is, you should have some idea about the technology. It's not you start from scratch and ask it, give me the complete code. No, it won't do. If you are a developer, good developer, understand the technology, at least not in very depth, but if you ask the right question, it will help you. Okay. If you have a different understanding, please leave a comment below. If you have different experiences, just let me know. And very soon I'll try to do the same exercise with the Microsoft Copilot and let's see how that goes. And probably a comparison later on. Thank you. Happy coding. Have a great day.